All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. The honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, whom I learned from. Peace and salutation to the elect. This is Brother Barak coming at you with another lesson. Quick lesson I pray is edifying and exhorting through the Spirit. All right, and this pretty much going to be going into, Daniel 12:1. We know today being November the 5th. Today the 5th or the 4th? Okay, the 5th, okay. The election day, hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, so we're going to see what the Lord got planned, for later on today, who did he put in the seat, because it's ultimately of the will of the Lord, right? Matter of fact, let's start here in the book of Daniel 4. The point of this lesson is just really going into the elect of the nation of Israel will be delivered, man. And we're going to prove that in Daniel 12:1. But Daniel 4:17 says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men, right? So whoever's ruling, on a large scale, a minor scale, all these things are done by the will of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the omnipotent power. Okay, and it's beautiful because we're in the book of Daniel, and we know for sure Daniel is a prophet. Okay, as he, he's seen that the different kingdoms, rising and falling, and here we are. We have lived through these kingdoms. Even the scholars can go back through the history. The evidence is there. Okay, and now in these last days, the scriptures speak about, when you read Daniel the 2nd chapter, Daniel the 7th chapter, about Yahweh Shai returning in the last kingdom, which is the Roman Empire rebooted, Roman Empire 2.0. Okay, that beast, all right, whose look was more stout than all his fellows, that little horn that rose up. Okay, we're in that time right now. So now let's go ahead and get to the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. Okay, and this is another thing, as I was doing a little research earlier, they don't have to announce, they don't have to announce the president today. They can have people on edge and highly anticipating things. They already got, different National Guard troops rolling out, DC boarding up. So pretty much they're already, putting it in the mindsets of people to prepare for an uprising, to prepare for insurrection. Okay, and it's ultimately written in the scripture, so we know that these things will come. We don't know when and how these things are going to play out, but we know they're going to come. Okay. So right now, hey brothers, we just locked in as we always been, and we're locking in more and more. The Lord putting us through all different things, but He's really strengthening us and building us up. Because we go be tested, we go be tried. So brothers, we all have to get ready, because we're in that time. We're coming into our darkest hour. Matter of fact, from here, let's get the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12, and it reads, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, okay? Death, destruction, mourning to those who inhabit the earth. Hey, we're all upon the earth, okay? Hey, including the wicked as well, right? You see? Because the Lord, this is ultimately the time of Jacob's trouble, but what is everybody's trouble as well. Hey, because the Lord is, of course, He's directing His anger at Jacob, leading up into the great destruction of Esau, Edom, right? But what, the rest of these nations are going to get caught up in the crosshairs as well. And they're ultimately, casualties of war. The Lord don't give a fuck about them. He look at them, He count them as spittle, right? Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. And that devil is speaking about Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, okay? Yes, a lot of spiritual activity taking place, but it plays out in the physical realm, okay? And it's like we read in Daniel 4th chapter, man, the Lord set it up over the basis of men. When you go into Satan, it goes into intelligence. Satan is highly intelligent. Satan is an angel, okay, just on the left hand side. So the Lord have allowed him to work through the white man, okay, through the wicked, as He allows Satan to work through all these different nations, right, before that set up their kingdom, their empire. But what the right hand, the scriptures tell you, through His right hand have He gotten the victory, right? But the point is, we're reading this verse because all hell is about to break loose. Okay, don't forget even with the port strikes, they pretty much just extended that to January. Okay, we're already November 5th, man. Time is rolling fast as hell. Okay, so what, another 2 months, so to say, before that becomes another problem. And who knows what all hell is about to break loose. You know, they could declare federal martial law. Okay, you see? Well, that'll be nationwide over the whole U.S. Don't forget about all these FEMA camps, all the concentration camps. Okay, these so-called natural disasters, his heart machine. Then he had direct energy weapons. Okay, even when you go into Starlink, all those little so-called satellites or whatever Elon Musk is sending up, that's actually a military program. Most of his funding is from the military, man. So yeah, man, all the ducks are lined up in a row, all the cars are in place, and the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, is about to open this thing wide up. So let's read this again. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? So he knows his time is running out, and he's all about what? Order out of chaos. So he's about to bring this chaos because he want to establish his order, because he thinks if he have his order established, then he will be able to, overcome the Most High. Read Isaiah the 47th chapter, right? So this is the time that we're living in. We're living in a great time of trouble. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay, and those that's written in the book, what book? That's the book of life. Okay, and that's the elect that's written in that book. So scholars, okay, what time is this? Have this time happened or not? We all know this time have not happened. So let's prove, because they like to say that the New Testament, they say in the New Testament the church is open to all nations. No, the Lord is only dealing with the nation of Israel. So we have to go back and ask this question once again. Have this time happened as of yet or not? Okay, no, it has not happened. But who is Michael going to stand up, and who is the Lord is going to come back to deliver? So let's get into this. Let's read the precept again, and we're going to pull out this word. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, possessive, thy people, right? And there should be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. So just as we're talking about, this great trouble coming upon the earth, the scripture also say that what? Everyone that's written in that book, and that's the book of life, the elect is going to be delivered, brothers. We're going to be all right. So let us continue to give diligence to make our calling of election sure. But without further ado, let's grab this word, thy. It says, the children, which is bond of thy people, right? So it says nation, people, nation. Now let's link it up with right here, because remember it said thy. It says persons, members of one's people, compatriots. That means, with patriots, countrymen, kinsmen, kindred of what people? Strong's definition says a people as a congregated unit, specifically a tribe, as those of Israel. You see? So only the elect of the nation of Israel will be delivered. Hence, collectively, troops are attendants, figuratively, a flock, folkmen, nation, people, right? But this is specifically speaking about the nation of Israel. That's who the Lord is coming back to deliver. Now from there, let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 24. And we all know these are all signs. This is a chapter going into prophecy of the signs of the end, all right? So we know all these things will have to come into play. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Okay, persecution of the saints. Okay, World War III. And the main thing is the RFID chip. Okay, the MOTB, pursuant to Revelation chapter 13 on down. Not Revelation 13 on down, but Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 on down. Salakia. But here in Matthew chapter 24, verse where is that at? Is it 30? No, not 30, 31. 31. Matthew 24 and 31. Yahweh Shai speaking. And he shall send his angels. It's not Michael, the archangel, as we read right here in Daniel, the 12th chapter, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael, and then in the NLT, at that time, Michael, the archangel, who stands guard over your nation. Woo! What nation was Daniel from? Daniel was of the nation of Israel. Okay? I believe from the tribe of Judah, if I'm not mistaken. Who stands guard over your nation. Your nation. There it is again. Possessive will arise. Then there will be a time of anguish greater than any since nations first came into existence. So if this time already took place, we will know about it, because that would be the greatest trouble that ever took place. And think about the things that came upon earth already. The flood during the time of Noah, the fire from heaven during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities, right? The siege of Jerusalem, first and foremost, when the Babylonians took it, when the Babylonians seized it and burnt down the temple. How about going into the time of the Greek Empire, dealing with Antiochus IV, how he desecrated the temple and was slaughtering our people. Okay, you see. And what about 70 AD? The siege of Jerusalem, the destruction of the temple, once again, the siege of Masada. What about all these things? So if it's something greater than this, oh yeah, it would have most definitely been documented. Okay, it says then there will be a time of an anguish greater than any since nations first came into existence. But at that time, every one of your people whose name is written in the book will be rescued. Now let's go back here to Matthew 24:31. And he shall send his angels, Michael the archangel and the rest of the angels, right, with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect. Ooh, his. That's possessive as well, right? They teach you this in rudiment school, elementary. He should gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. You see? So that shows you what? The New Testament complements the Old Testament and vice versa. Okay? So the elect is only of the nation of Israel. We living in some troublesome times. But what? The nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel will be delivered. You can read Revelation, the 7th chapter. Okay? This is the only nation whom the Lord is dealing with, the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole-American Indians, and also to the Israelite foreigners scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. As we read in verse 31 here in Matthew 24, it said that they will gather his elect together from the four winds. So that's from all over the earth, north, east, southwest. Okay, the Lord is going to gather his elect, right? So that was pretty much straight to the point. All trouble is about to break. All hell's about to break loose. But it's beautiful because what? Those who are found written in the book of life, will be delivered. Matter of fact, let's get one more. Let's get Malachi to close out on that book. Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. Then they that feared Yahweh, that's the elect, okay, spake often one to another, and Yahweh hearkened and heard it in a book of remembrance. Woo! So it's recorded. It's documented. In a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord Yahweh and that thought upon his name. You see how precious and important those names are? Who's thinking upon his name? Possessive, once again, his name. And it's not God, it's not Jehovah, it's not Yahweh, right? His son's name is not no Yeshua, it's not Jesus. What if his son's name, what is his name and his son's name if thou canst tell, right? So this is strictly for the elect, man, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down now. Quick lesson. I pray you was edified and exhorted, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.